Happy New Year. Hey, first full week is on the way. And just wanted to jump on here real quick. I am too wired for it to be 11 o'clock at night. Monday, January the 3rd, 2022. Full day, full day, full day, full day. There I am. And I'm actually up because I didn't do something earlier that I'm having to do right now. And that is my bedding. So I'm going to have to be up for a little longer. But I figure this would be a good time for me to just jump on here and, yeah, share my day with you. So, it really was a really easy breezy day. Hey, good evening. Good evening, Mr. Burton. Tipton County representing. um, I'm pretty much just doing a recap of the day. Had a pretty easy breezy day. The main thing I needed to do was had brunch with a friend of mine who for my birthday. She had been really supportive. We used to go to church together. Shout out to Joyce and and all that good stuff. And the restaurant I suggested was actually closed today, so we hopped around till we ended up at Cracker Barrel. And all I'm gonna say is I'm glad because I'm still eating some biscuits right now. I didn't do my apple butter. I'm gonna save that for tomorrow. But yeah. And then the other thing is I had to do a bank run. I keep forgetting that if you get a paper check that you can, take the pictures with the mobile app, and I end up always just depositing because I'm used to doing everything digitally. But yeah, this is a really. I'm so wired and so sleepy at the same time because I want to be asleep, but I gotta wait for my linen to dry so I can make my bed. And because the truth is I hey, good evening. This is just me doing some reflection and just counting down to sleep. But hope all is well in your world. Thank you. If you want to join the convo, just drop a comment. Yeah, definitely. But yeah, so I'm up because I didn't do my laundry earlier and I'm having to wait. Don't you hate that? And I purposely ripped it off of my bed because I knew that if I did not um, do that, that I was, sleep in, yeah. So I tore my bed up. So now I'm home after a full day. Because after I got home, okay, so pretty much like I said, brunch, bank run, because I keep forgetting to do the mobile app to deposit checks. And then finally made it home. And you all can check out at 7 o'clock, I did co host the MMB Live show with Angela Green. So that's actually on my Facebook page as well as on YouTube. You can check out MMB Live on both Facebook and YouTube. Really cool because the founder of Soul for Real, that's Soul, the number four, Real, REEL Film Festival, out of Maryland. He was our guest, so it's super cool. Hey, Happy New Year. Happy Monday night. I am finally also eating because, like I said, once I got home and got kind of chilled, we did that show, M&B Live. Like I said, you can check it out on Facebook and on YouTube. And the guest, his name is Rocky McCoy. Yeah, Rocky McCoy, MCKOY out of Maryland. Super cool. Really love his film festival. And it's just really inspiring when you talk to people who are creatives. And when you check out the interview, you'll even see the motivation for him starting his film festival. Yeah, really, really inspiring. So I'm entertaining myself. Tonight is all about luxury TV. If y'all been checking me out for the last couple of nights, you'll notice that at nighttime, depending on how my energy is, I put on my TV, on my Roku TV, I'll put on YouTube, a YouTube channel. So yeah, needless to say, I'm just thinking about how I wish I had come home a little earlier and threw that stuff in the laundry. Um, but I ain't got much to talk about tonight. Well, actually, I have a lot that I could talk about tonight, including living beyond my comfort zone. You know, I'm not gonna put like a lot of pressure on myself for 2022, but I'm definitely gonna be stretching myself. Hey, thanks for the love. Thanks for the love. I'm gonna be stretching myself. You know what is that stretch gonna look like? Well, for one thing, probably paring down, on some things and really moving beyond the comfort zone. Like doing this. This is actually me stretching myself. Like even though I had a career in radio, I find doing stuff like this very unnerving. But I want to get comfortable doing this kind of stuff on a constant basis, on a consistent is the word, on a consistent basis of, and eventually when I jump on here, I'm going to probably have something really, structured, or maybe not structured, but more, maybe more focused. But right now, this is just, as a friend of mine said last night, me rambling. And for those who like a little ramble, I'm your girl tonight. Particularly as I'm now finally eating one of the biscuits from Cracker Barrel that I had today, had from earlier, and my tomato soup that I put a little spinach, turmeric, and cayenne pepper. And if y'all know me, I love cayenne pepper. I even put it in orange juice. So that's for the sinus, clear up the around the ears, the throat, and all like that. But mm, I don't typically make New Year's resolutions, but I do try to find things that I'm gonna have as an intention, something I'm gonna, like I'm gonna strongly intend to do. I mean, some people say, well, that is I'm not resolving, but I'm definitely putting in my mind like this could be a goal. Like this is something I can put my focus and attention or aim toward. It's almost like you're gonna go for the stars or the sun and you hit the moon. Um, it's more of like that's gonna be I'm gonna focus my attention. So one of the things I'm gonna focus my attention on. Hey, Happy New Year! Thanks for hanging out with me right quick. Sending you love. Hope all is well in your world. If you want to join the convo, yeah, just drop me a comment. I know a lot of people on my Facebook page. I may be the ones jumping on, but yeah, I'm gonna really set my attention. Okay, like I said, tonight is luxury TV. I'm looking at $1 million houses that with some nice jazz, upbeat music. Fabulous homes, honey, fabulous. So yeah, luxury TV. Oh, I love that house. That's gorgeous dining room. But anyway, um, yeah, setting my intentions, focusing my energy, and like I usually like to come up with a word or a phrase that kind of is my word of the year, phrase of the year, and um, comfort zone, stepping out of my, stretching myself. I haven't come up with my specific phrase yet that kind of capsulizes that, but it's going to be about stepping outside of my comfort zone and stretching myself beyond things I've already done. And this time around, I'm at a stage and age of my life where it's not even going to be so much about professional ambition. I think it's going to be a lot more internal, inner. Hey, hey, Tina. Good evening, Queen. Back to you. All the love, girl. I'm up in here just thinking here at the top of 2022. I'm jumping on here because it's like part of me doing this, and I know um, beyond just doing it for doing my shows and stuff. I want to get to the point where I can just come on here and just very stripped down, have conversations, and hope somebody might be listening. But yeah, I'm just this year stretching myself. Even doing this is me stretching myself outside my, it's stepping outside of my comfort zone and stretching myself. um, I made a career I was a quiet child and made a career out of talking, but at the same token in many cases um, I said what other people told me to say. One of the favorite movies that I love is Anchorman with Will Ferrell. And the reason I love that movie is when you're in media, particularly when you're in corporate radio or television, you really are a parrot. You're saying what they've already prescribed you to say. And Will Ferrell, of course, anything they put on the teleprompter, he would say, even if it was something that was like should not have been said. And oftentimes, it seems like um, that becomes the plight of people in media. I know, girl, I totally love that movie. It's like you just say you're the parrot. You are saying what somebody has already prescribed for you to say. And Will Ferrell, oh my God, Anchorman, you just repeat. So sometimes, even though a person says, well, you talk, but it's like it can be challenging. And this was part of my conversation with Joyce today when we were at brunch at Cracker Barrel, is that as I'm just going to say it, as Black people and as Black women, oftentimes you're told what you should think, you're told what you should say, you're told how you should act, you're taught even how you should feel. And so, even though and we were both, because I just turned 56, it's like you can be in your 50s still struggling with, particularly if you come from a certain I'll say this, if you were born in a generation where society and family structure pretty much prescribed how things should be, and you told the line, it can be really challenging when you are trying to find your own voice. And needless to say, yeah, that still can be a struggle. I really have been really, really admiring this younger generation. And Gina, you're one of those, honey, that I totally love on this. It's just been able to, and I know you're not 100% at it, but it's like you all have a greater sense of identity and a greater sense of freedom to express yourself, your thoughts, your feelings, without feeling any kind of the fear of retribution or backlash or retaliation. But some of us older folk, I'm just real talk. We still were those dutiful, beautiful. I mean, dutiful, beautiful too, but dutiful and obedient children. And even as adults, you still tend to obey uh, societal norms and structure, and even when it ain't right, you know what I'm saying? You'd be like, this don't make no sense. I mean, you could be on a job knowing a process or a procedure or a system is not productive, but because you don't want to rock the boat, you just keep sending those emails, keep submitting those documents or whatever. And the fear of, if I try to be too innovative, you don't want to stand out. It's just all that kind of stuff. So stretching myself. Hey, happy New Year, everybody! I'm just thinking. This is me stretching myself. I haven't come up with my word or phrase of the year yet, but it definitely is going to be in the vein of getting outside of my comfort zone, doing things that I normally didn't do, or haven't done, or felt comfortable doing. Yeah, being able to, I mean, because I have my own thoughts. I think my own thoughts. I used to say something when I was in my 20s. If I do good, it's my do good. If I do bad, it's my do bad. But whatever it is, it's mine. And while that has definitely been a part of the guiding star of my life, oftentimes I still have paid homage to the code of silence, of not being able to freely express what I'm really thinking, like the really thought, not the critiqued, not the editorialized, the censored thoughts. And of course, I ain't trying to be out here just like crazy, just saying stuff off the wall. But being able to say I have a valid point and I want to express it, and really being able to do it without um yeah, that indoctrinated fear. That's really what I'm saying, isn't it? Oh, I don't know if anybody's okay. Yeah, anybody feel me on that? mm, I'm so hungry, and I need to put my linen. The reason I'm up, y'all, hyped at this time of night, is because I did not, yes, Jeannie, you know what I'm talking about. Okay, going back, I'm up because I did not do my bedding. I just did wash the laundry. What is it? Back in the day, we used to we washed our clothes. Now we launder our clothes. Anyway, my linen is in the washing machine. and at some point it's going to stop spin cycle, and I need to put it in the dryer. But yeah, oftentimes, um, I, full confession, Gene, I'm gonna talk to you. You do understand? Oh, yes. Oh, okay. Well, I'm so glad I'm saying this, and I'm glad you are, because let me tell you, at this stage and age of my life, sometimes I really forget that other people. I mean, that whole thing of it's only me. I'm the only one that feels this way. That still, impacts me. On the outside looking in, I don't even know what my public persona actually is. I mean, I know people know I did radio, but what do y'all know about me? What do you know? What about my history? And if you read my bio, but does that really tell you past the page who I am and what my motivations have been? Most people don't know that I was a super quiet child. I mean, those who grew up with me when I was younger, they were like they're kind of amazed, honestly, that I even had the career I did because I was so quiet. But I did have something to say. I just had to learn how to communicate it. But once again, while I, had uh, pursuits in communication and theater and stuff like that, I'm still seeing someone else's words, whether it's radio, whether it's television, whether it's plays, whether it's a song, somebody else wrote it, and you're still a parent and being able to, yeah, step into this new space and even ramble at 11 o'clock at night about thoughts that are on my mind. And what's on my mind is the fact that I want to break the code of silence. I want to free myself, unlock my own prison doors, and begin to share my thoughts in uncensored ways, without my inner critic. Last night, I actually was jumping on here, and a friend of mine from formerly of Detroit, who I think he lives in Atlanta now, him and his family, and he was, I I took it as him, picking at me, just in a joking way about who needs to know this stuff, and it's like honestly, nobody needs to know, but I want to share, and that was when I thought about it throughout the day. I'm like, man, that he was a perfect example of the type of censorship that I've done. It's like, who needs to know? Who cares what I'm thinking? Like, who really cares? And honestly, maybe no one. And that's kind of painful to think. It's like nobody really cares what you're thinking. But at the same token, I care. I want to share, and I guess therein lies the yeah, being seen and being heard is so life affirming. And we all want to be, everybody wants to be seen, everybody wants to be heard, maybe in different degrees. Do we want to know that we matter? We want to know that somebody knows you exist and that you are existing and that you are living. At the end of the day, that's what we're really saying. And I'm looking at it at this stage beyond. Um, you want to know that you're truly seen and that you're truly heard beyond your accomplishments. You know what I mean? You want to know that you really matter beyond what you do for people or how you make them feel based on your contributions to the team. But it's like apart from all of the trappings and the mm, I'm just on a journey. The journey within, honey. I used to teach a seminar that I need to resurrect called Living Life, and one of the things I used to say is that the journey of a lifetime is the journey within. So I know that I'm just in another part of my journey within, and I'm wanting to tap into a more exposed, authentic. How can I say this? I just want to share more of me and expose more of me and blossom. Really, that's what it is. It's like the unfolding, the blossoming, the um, so many people. Going back to my brunch today, um, it's so many people, women specifically, who I know we talk a lot and say words, but we're not saying anything that really is from a deep emotional space because we really feel like I said, it's like who cares? Who cares what I'm really thinking? You just want me to say what makes you feel good. Because it's like, wouldn't it be a beautiful thing if a person could really speak their heart and know that they're going to be fully heard? You know. So those are just my late night thoughts. And I know at 11:20 that it's time for me to put my bedding in the dryer. But comfort zone. Yeah, this is uncomfortable for me just to even say the things I said. But I'm gonna stand in this. I'm gonna sit in this uncomfortable space until I get comfortable with speaking my inner thoughts, even if they're not. The word comes to my mind, even if they're incoherent. Yeah, even if I'm incoherent, even if what I'm saying doesn't isn't earth shattering or uh, sometimes I think mm, in a need to feel significant, we can do things to shut down parts of us that we feel are mundane or ordinary. Like I'm not shiny enough, or that part of my thought. Just it's self censoring. That's what it is. And why do we do it? Why do we censor ourselves? I mean, and I'm not talking about like going off the handle and cussing people out and stuff. I'm just talking about just sometimes your basic thoughts. It's like just basic stuff, like, and yet you like, I can't say that, or I better not say that. And it's nothing. It's just really oftentimes the stuff that you censor are just your thoughts about a moment. So yeah, all right, I've done enough. Yeah, I'm not censoring myself, but I do want to go in here. um, yeah, I want to go in here and go ahead and because I'm sleeping. I'm sleeping. All right, love and kisses, everybody. And may we all stop censoring ourselves and really speak our truth. And the truth that I'm talking about is not the truth where you telling somebody off truth, but the truth that you censor because you don't feel like anybody wants to hear it. And I'm talking about the truth of you, that they don't want to hear you. They don't want to hear your heart. They don't want to hear your mind. They don't want to hear your spirit. That's what I want to. Yeah, yeah, yeah. All right, hugs and kisses. Until next time.